The second
final term here at Subi. The home side looking for some respectability. They've managed just 7 goals in 3 quarters of football. The Hawks, make no bones about it, are back in town from the centre bounce. Banfield tried to soccer it away, couldn't do so. Condon is over the top of him. He's had an excellent day today, Anthony Condon. And a number of Hawthorn players who had been quiet for a few weeks have made welcome returns, including veteran rover Johnny Platt.
Paul Deere also has had a significant game today. 5 kicks, 10 handballs, taken all before him at centre bounces.
Here he is in action with Harding, but it's Condon, ironically, who comes over the top. Straight to Mainwaring, who pumps it round his body towards Spinks on half forward. With him is Graham. Well done by the youngster. Put his body between the ball and his opponent. Platt towards Gowes. Off hands it comes. Gowes is the first to recover. Kicks it to centre wing, but only as far as Hart.
Great tap out by Ray Jenke down on the half-back line for Hawthorn.
Over centre wing, Hart goes again. Spinks, a hand to it. Graham with him. Banfield taken out, but it's Turley. A floating kick towards Heady. Can't quite juggle it. Lewis is with him. The pair combined. They've both been quiet. The Lewis a centering kick. He'll want Worsfold. And he finds his skipper, who takes an excellent mark. Great use of the body. Johnny Worsfold will have a shot directly in front, some 45 metres out.
Well, that's been John's best game, of course. He had a couple of goals kicked on him early in the first quarter by Hargroves. And as you can see, statistically, he hasn't had much of the footy.
Directly in front. The crowd telling the story from one forward zone to another. Jason Dunstall up at the other end of the ground, still receiving attention. He's got a broken nose, as you can see there. So he's in the wars this year, is Jason Dunstall.
Langford goes to the outer side. Big leap out there by Collins, who recovered brilliantly to knock it on. Well played. This is Crawford. He gets away. Defensive side of the wing, kicks towards the middle. Taylor comes on the lead. Up he goes in front. Knocked away by Brennan. Brennan goes after it. On all fours was Pike. Oh, brilliant pick up there by Jarman. He emerges with the ball and boots it down towards centre half forward. McKenna, timely fist, knocked it forward, taken by Harding. Run down by Hudson. Ball jarred loose. Terrific chase by Hudson. The hand pass knocked down as Crawford tried to go over McKenna. Paul Deere picks it up, tries to chip it to support. Gowers goes after it. Socked away by Worsfold. Out of bounds on the ball. I thought it was, not according to the umpire. Let's watch it again. No, it hit Worsfold above the knee, up near the thigh, and ricocheted out. There made it steal. High kick comes down towards full forward despite the broken nose. Dunstall held without it, surely. No free kick. The ball goes out of bounds on the pocket.
Well, that was extraordinary.
Must have been in a magnetic field, Dunstall. Something happened to him. Let's watch it again.
Oh, look at this.
Snap from Allen. Out of the hide. Amazing at three-quarter time, that kick up the siren by Sumic. The goal umpire was looking to find one of 3 umpires and couldn't locate one. There were that many people on the ground. He wanted the all clear. He knew it from somebody, but just couldn't find anybody. Those central umpires can wear one of those iridescent pink headbands or something.
There was only 3 of them there too.
That's right.
All right, back into play once again. 15-12, plays 7-7. Hart from the back pocket. Up towards the half-back line and an excellent mark. But a push-out. Brennan will give it away to Condon, and careful you don't give 50.
Has given it.
So that is going to take him right to the square. Already, Hawthorn leads by 53 points. Brennan was the player coming in from the side to take the mark, and there's the throw that has cost the West Coast Eagles another goal.
Done in the centre bounce.
Thrown in. Graham in front. Nicely done by McGuinness. Comes away with the ball. A hand pass, not too flash. So Crawford, spot of trouble off the ground by Cooper. Vacant wing. They come from all directions, and the Eagles lead from every direction. Well, I'm not sure of the purpose of that, but Harding soccers it out of bounds. They had the numbers there. Paul Harding was side footing it.
Got to be a world first here with Glenn Jack, he's currently playing as a ruck rover. I don't think it's a bad move. I think it's a good move, but would have to be the biggest ruck rover ever in the history of the game.
Lane Waring on the ground on the outer side. Knocked out by Banfield, taken by Lewis. Dragged down by Allen. Ball jarred loose. Platten off the ground this time. Banfield's got it now, the defensive side of the wing, and kicks it back towards the middle. In front, good mark is held by Graham. He's had a big job to do. He's done pretty well. Kicks towards half forward. Banfield, too easy for him, reaching over the top, fisting away. Oh, well played by Allen. Slaps it forward, down towards left half forward. Hudson, a long time in the tackle, just measured the hand pass, got it to Taylor, and it comes towards Dunstall, close to the boundary line. He manufactured something there, gained about 15 metres, out of bounds, on the bounce, in the pocket. Battle scarred, but he'd be very happy with this return in more ways than one, from a personal point of view and a team point of view. He's been watching them go down the gurgler for the last few weeks. Suddenly today they're rejuvenated. There's Brennan pushed off it. Taylor in the grass. Back it comes to Brennan, and Brennan comes away with it.
Goes to the half back line and finds Main Waring.
Yes, and there's the runner for Hawthorn with Andy Gowes' boots. He's currently got one moulded and one screw in, so he's having a bit each way at the moment.
Bond over the line.
And now he's preparing to, well, just make it an even Steven. Probably a little bit late in the passage of play to be changing your boots, one would think.
14.5 minutes remaining. This contest, a contest that has been dominated by Hawthorn. Worsfold, it gets it away towards McKenna. As Dennis said, forced to change jumpers and opting for number 44. Heady. With him is Jenky. And again, over the line. 7 kicks for Brett Heady today. He was the one that brought them to life against Adelaide when they needed a spark in the final turn. Coat hanger was Pike.
It's a little bit too high. Nothing malicious about it, but certainly the free kick.
And now Lewis, still outside 50. He's had 12 kicks. But the Hawthorn chant is going up here at Subiaco. Condon couldn't hold the mark. Bond at the bottom gets the hand pass away. The Eagles desperate for some respectability. Wilson's kick is high, but it's also wide and away to the right for one behind.
If you'd flown in from Mars and somebody told you that the West Coast Eagles were the power side of the competition at present, you wouldn't believe them.
Probably wouldn't have to go as far afield as that, though, would you?
I hope they told them not to bring their brolly.
Perhaps that's where the bloke on the button comes from.
Gars gets the handball over the top to Hudson. Chasing is McKenna. Hudson gives it back to Gowes. 52 metres out. Sets sail for home with a long kick. McIntosh getting back there, but it bounces over the line from behind.
Well, this pause in play, Dennis, I'll put the acid on you. Will Paul Deere be cited or not?
Oh, thanks very much.
Well, I'm asking a pretty basic question. It will obviously be talked about.
I don't think so.
Well, all games are viewed anyway, so that's just going to be left.
We're not pinpointing it because it will come up in the press as perhaps the reason why the Hawthorn came out on top, or one of the reasons. Certainly not the only factor.
Well, the angle we had on the replay, I'd say not. There goes Harding from half back towards centre wing. There's a chance for Tallis. Condon. It's too easy. Paul Deere back to Tallis. Through the wing, down towards half forward with a kick. McKenna in best position. Guy McKenna squares the ball. This is Lewis. Still deep in his own defensive area. Told to play on now. Goes over the top to Hart. Hart comes up towards centre half back to Worsfold. Brennan has it now in the centre square. That's a better kick down towards right half forward. Kemp works his way in front. Cooper hard at Kemp, and the ball is out of bounds. And that's been the hallmark of their play this afternoon. Making a contest on every occasion. Nothing easy for the Eagles. And they came out today and threw down the gauntlet, as we said, very early on. Wilson knocks it forward. Heady's kick is blanketed. It ricochets back towards the 50. Interesting hand pass by Jarman. Gets it across to Graham, who took far too long. Opportunity for Wilson. Graham was pushed in the back. No free. Collins scrambled it to Spinks, who's slung down by Jenke. Socket off the ground by Jenke. And skids out of bounds at left half back. Talking about Andy Collins playing his 150th. There he is, number 5. What a durable player he's been. The last 126 on the trot.
Worsfold inside 50, taking the hand pass and going with a high left foot kick, but it's away to the left and through for one behind. So another 11 and a half minutes remaining in this match. 7-9 the West Coast. The Hawks 16-13. A welcome return to form, and the Hawk fans here at Subi giving their charges plenty of cheer. Bomb and 150 gamer Collins over the line. Harding in trouble, holding that left knee. What's the last thing the Eagles need? And out comes a call for a stretcher immediately. So this could be a somewhat dramatic end to this game.
So often the way, isn't it?
Yep.
Close to the end of the game that's over, and someone sustains what could be a serious injury. Well, hopefully it's not. The signs are not good.
Be interesting to see just exactly what happened. Here he is with Deere. Let's have a look at it, Jared.
Most bad knees are caused when a fixed foot is rotated, and I think you perhaps saw that on screen. The upper body twists, the foot doesn't go anywhere because it's stuck in the ground, and the knee wasn't designed to rotate. It doesn't look good in the long term for Paul Harding. So simple, can you tear a cruciate ligament?
Man who started his AFL career with Hawthorn, played 11 games with him, moved on to St Kilda. He's been terrific with the West Coast Eagles, really found his form here in Perth. This is a real blow, not only to him, but future of the West Coast Eagles.
Now it's not a fait accompli, of course, that he has done that, but certainly the way he put his hand up and sort of he knew in himself, I think, that he's done some severe damage.
As he leaves the ground, we'll have a look at it once again. At best, what could it be, a strain?
Well, it's certainly, I'd say, medial ligament damage. He's landed on that left foot, and players talk about the snap, crackle or pop they hear when a ligament tears, so hopefully he hasn't had.
Hoping that Paul Harding's okay, but we may not know by the end of our telecast as Mainwaring goes over the top. Condon gets it away, support. Tallis the high kick around the outer side, taken by Hart, back to Brennan, and hand passes forward. Mainwaring. What about the hand pass? Now he elects to kick.
Down towards the half-forward line, and a good, strong mark taken by Heady. And interestingly enough, Dennis, just to complete that for you, it was also on a Sunday back in 1988 in round 8.
Fantastic. The answer man.
Mainwaring was who kicked it down. And look at Heady and Jenke. Excellent mark by Brett Heady. Has been goalless to date. He's going to be kicking from just inside 50. Drop punt is away to the right. Really, that tells the story of the day for the West Coast Eagles. Behind goes on the board. Well, maybe hovering, but that is possibly all they have done today. Cooper from the back pocket brings it out towards centre wing. And it's Crawford who drifts it up towards the half-forward line. Taylor takes a good mark in front of Brennan.
Great play from Hawthorn, though. Pinpoint passes and sure hands.
He goes inside 50. And strong mark taken against Hudson by McKenna.
Except on that occasion.
Yes. Well, he's not out of the woods yet. right across the face. McIntosh and Dunstall. McIntosh gets a short chip towards his skipper. Can't control the slippery ball, but is probably more than happy to see it over the line anyway. Just on 9 minutes remaining and a throw.
The market on the premiership sportsbook will be interesting tomorrow morning, I'd suggest.
I don't have that with me down at the moment.
Lewis goes around the outer side, missed out there by Deer, finds it on the ground, puts the hand pass away. Cooper comes storming up through the middle, goes looking for Gowers, knocked away by Turley. Opportunity for Mainwaring. Well done by Platten. Mainwaring battles on, gives it to Pike. So Pike's at centre half back. He goes down towards centre half forward. Jakovic drifting back, takes the mark. Runners outside. Did it pretty well on the mark to tie him up just enough. Sumich, bothered by the sun, I'd suggest. Taken down there by Deer, to Collins, to Pritchard. Great footy. Pritchard comes away, chips towards half forward. Taylor comes on a searching lead. Mismatch there. Taylor against Mainwaring. As you'd expect, Taylor able to take the mark. From a Fitzroy player, squares the ball. Crawford meters in the clear. He can run down towards the 50. Jakovic comes to him. He goes in short to Dunstall. Again, the closing speed of McIntosh in evidence. Got a fist in there. It was a timely one. Condon, one of the best on the ground. Great kick. Pulls it back for Gowers. Down went the umpire. Gowers has got the footy on the 50. And the Hawks fans celebrate. Dry smile from Grant Vernon.
This is a great kick. Not under a great deal of pressure, but had the presence of mind to look for an option, rather than blazing away as so often players under pressure can do. It separates the good from the great, whether you can hit your targets under the severe pressure.
16-14, play 7-10. It's David Hart. As McKenna wants to bring it in. Grandstand side. Turnbull is the target, off hands and out of bounds as the clock continues. Well, it's stopped now as we go down to John Rogers.
Sandy, obviously the Eagles bench aren't giving much away, but they're very, very concerned with Paul Harding's knee. He seemed to go back on it, and there was a noise. He's twisted it as well as overstretched it, and there is some concern. They obviously don't know how badly it's injured, but it doesn't look good at this stage.
Condon to Dunstall. As you said, John Rogers, if he heard the pop that Jared mentioned, it is not good.
Wasn't that a great mark? And Condon once again firming in the betting for best on the ground. Spears a pass at Jason Dunstall, and once again the goalkeeping ability, as we know he had as a soccer player, coming to the fore.
This is for number 5. 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Is going to finish things off for Eagle fans as Platten soccers off the ground down towards half forward it goes. Scotty Crowe getting the hand pass away. Forward go the Hawks again down towards Dunstall. McIntosh is with him. Dunstall on all fours. Bear in mind he's got a broken nose. Brennan close to the boundary line. Makes a few metres, but eventually over the line.
Has been an entertaining battle between McIntosh and Dunstall. Yep. Isn't he a marvel, coming back after missing 3 weeks with a pretty severe tear to the thigh, and Bob's up with another bag full of goals.
It's 5 to date. Turley and Gowers. Turley the victor on this occasion, off to McKenna. Wobbles a kick towards the interchange area, and eventually it sits there. It will not go over. Through comes Rayden Tallis. Gets caught but gets the hand pass away. Tackle was good on him. Allen giving him valuable assistance, and eventually over the line.
Hasn't been a lot of good players for the Eagles. McKenna perhaps, thought Jakovic was perhaps their best across the half-back line. He's been shifted onto the ball and now at centre-half forward.
Turnbull doing the ruck work and then some soccer tactics, but straight to Andy Collins. Collins pumps it high towards the 50-metre line. Taylor again. He too is making a welcome return to the Hawthorn ranks and looking for Dunstall. Can he get there? No, he can't as he slides away. McIntosh also is taken over the boundary line by first gamer Hargraves.
Having said that, Glenn Jakovic is now in defence, following his man down as a ruck rover.
Boundary throw in. Gowers and Jakovic will do the rucking. Hooked behind by Gowers. Opportunity for Hart. Deep in his own defensive area. Run down by Hargraves, who fired up early in this game to boot 3 goals. Mainwaring clears the zone back towards midfield, but chances are it will come back again. No, Tallis lost at that time. Turnbull scrambles a kick towards the outer side wing. Jarman goes back out of the shadows to the sunshine. Which mirrors, I think, Hawthorn's fortunes in the last 7 days. The kick comes in from Pritchard. Jankovic goes back, claims the mark, plays it off to Turley. Turley kicks it around the outer side. Bond has it. It's been very quiet. Bond towards the wing. Up goes Wilson. Off hands and out of bounds. So the return of Dunstall, Langford and Taylor have certainly made for a tough afternoon for that man. I guess if this were American baseball or gridiron or basketball, those 3 gentlemen would be in the front office early tomorrow morning renegotiating their contracts. Haven't they had an impact? A ball up on the outer side.
And at last that man can afford a smile. Peter Knights. So it's been a relatively trying time for him. Kicked by Wilson towards the half-forward line, but the Hawk defence has so often been the case today, is again able to repel, turning defence into attack. Taylor does it. He's got players streaming down the ground. Elects to go the other side. Crawford, however. Crawford chips up towards full forward. Fisted clear. Platten a chance. Oh. Pritchard after an interesting hand pass that was deemed a throw. I don't think Platten have too many arguments about that. Drops what he should have taken. The moans of the crowd telling the story. Brennan gets it off back to Kemp again. Now Jankovic. He ambles out of defence. Kicks up over centre wing towards Wilson. Can't take the mark. He's got to beat a couple. One is Raiden Tallis, who's growing in stature the more he performs in the seniors. Only had a couple of games. His kick, however, goes to Turley, who looks for Heady. Oh, he's crunched out of it. Worsfold waiting in front of Pritchard, but it's Pritchard who gets front spot, then gives it away to Graham, who kicks to half forward. A long penetrating kick, unable to take it. Mainwaring. Platt eventually pushed wide with McIntosh, but he can't get a kick. Could result in a goal to Crawford. 30 metres out over the top, he'll go to Hargraves. Kick another one on debut, and he does.
Tim Hargraves, 3 early goals, 1 to finish. Who knows, there could be 1 or 2 more. Still 3 minutes to play. Turley misses the ball. Kemp picks it up, floats one down towards centre half forward. Oh, good mark, Jenke.
He's been very solid, a bit inconspicuous, but has done his job well.
This is Gowers. Kicks down towards half forward. They've got the numbers. The mark is held by Taylor. Pritchard is running on down the ground unchecked. Taylor needs to pick it up and pop it over the top. No, too late.
Jarman.
Yes, well, the man peeled off Jarman and went to Pritchard. So Jarman's got the ball 45 metres out. He's got the in-swinger working.
Lucky you're here, Sandy.
Good coaching. Third to Jarman. Smiles all round. Oh, what a day it's been. Who could have predicted this?
Well, I saw the promotion Channel 7 played before coming to the ground this morning, and they featured Alan Joyce and Hawthorn, saying that both were looking for better fortunes, and certainly today it's been a surprise package.
What price that Quinella coming in?
Well, I think the Eagles were something like 9 or 10 to 1 on to win this. Crawford tries to get out of the middle, but straight to Lewis, who kicks it high in the air. There's brown and gold everywhere. Jarman to Crawford to Cooper. The advantage will be paid after Crawford was decked. Goes down towards Platten and Crochet. The big man leaves it for Crow, and he goes over the boundary line.
Well, I think it's fair to say there's a lot of us being critical of the way that Hawthorn have lost over the last few weeks. Surely the Eagles will have to have a look at the way they've fought this game out.
Kemp at the back. Tried to find Ryan Turnbull, but was unable to do so. Yes, it's been a disappointing day as Pritchard gives it to Crow. Kicks it high towards the left half forward region. Platten just keeps it in play. Now, what's he got down forward? Looks like a drowned rat. But he's been a grand player. Oh, he's let one go. Into the square. Hargraves was one of the flyers. There was a couple. He may have another shot at goal, but he can't get there in time, and it's one behind. Well, he has certainly added some spark to that Hawthorn forward setup.
Yeah, I saw him playing a night game, and he was quite impressive. And he's also made the list a couple of times prior to today, but hasn't quite got a Guernsey. Another player from New South Wales.
McKenna kicks in. Grandstand side. Crochet slips over. He's hit pretty well. Turnbull slaps it down, taken by Turley. That's clever. Pike back to Turnbull. He's at left half back. He kicks towards the wing. Cooper held certainly. He'll get the free kick.
Well, I would have thought that was just a bit of wrestling to see you can get front position on that occasion. I'm not sure they warrant a free kick.
Well, Cooper's got the footy. He's on the wing and he's going down towards half forward. Tallis on his chest. Lewis peels off the mark. Comes to meet Tallis. Standing the mark very well. Pritchard goes towards centre half forward. It runs behind Crawford. 40 metres out. Unkind bounce. That was bad luck. Well picked up by Bond. The South Australian State of Origin squad gives it to Worsfold. Runs up towards the middle. Chip pass. Lewis alongside the centre circle. So we're down to 30 seconds remaining in this game, and there will be blessed relief as far as these fans and the Eagles are concerned. They have been thumped today as Sumich comes up. Took a very good kick to mark on his chest. About 50 metres from goal, and will kick at number 6. Started brilliantly. And you felt coming in the Eagles needed a fast start simply to reinforce any self-doubt Hawthorn may have had. Shaken them off. The longer they left the Hawks in it, the longer the Hawks demanded to stay in. And it could be a tough afternoon. Well, again, 3 out of 3. He's got the trifecta. Now that is uncanny.
Well, it's certainly a highlight for the Eagles. They haven't been too many.
But he saw the humour, did Peter Sumich. So the Sumich kick. 19-15, 7-10. Sumich goes at his 6th. And that's a very good kick. It's a goal. He's got 2 after the siren then. Let's go down to John Rogers.
I've got Jason Dunstall with me, Dennis. Jason, magnificent comeback. Well done.
Yeah, very pleasing game. Everyone lifted. I think we had 21 real good honest tries today.
What a difference a week makes. I mean, from last week, the previous week to today. What do you put it down to?
We trained really hard the last 2 weeks. We've trained very well at a good standard. I think having our normal personnel back in the side just gives everyone a little bit of confidence, and I think that showed today.
Well, your legs are okay, but you don't need your nose to run. What happened to that? Just turn around a bit so they can have a look.
I think I tackled young Ashley with my face instead of my arm, so I think we both lost a bit of blood.
Jason, thanks for talking to us. Well done. It's lovely to see you back in football. Go and join your teammates.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, an excellent performance by the Hawks. Jason Dunstall coming back, as John said, finishing with 5. Anthony Condon, Jared, in picture there.
3 votes, I think, Sam.
A magnificent performance today, and Dunstall quick to go over and congratulate him. Young Raiden Tallis too, getting a taste of what it's all about. Johnny Platten's game, he too starting to show glimpses of the Rats' best.
I thought he was best on the ground up to half-time. Just got taken out of it a little bit in the second half of the game, but it was all over basically at half-time. Well, perhaps 5 minutes into the third quarter with the Hawks just kicking those first couple of goals, and they're going down to their spectators and enjoying the win with them.
What a great win.
They've got a lovely little nest of fans here, and they've certainly appreciated their support that they've given them today. There they are. Well, I think them halfway up the stand, and they are delirious.
Tributes to Peter Knights also. He has been under plenty of personal pressure.
My word. Yes, well done to Knights and Hawthorn. Just repeating the final score. Hawthorn, big winners. 19-15, 129. West Coast stunned at 8-10-58.
And how about that? The Hawks home by 71 points after they led by 53 at three-quarter time, 28 at the half. They trailed by 3 points at quarter time, thanks mainly to Peter Sumich getting those 4 early goals for the West Coast Eagles. But we've got to say it was a rout at Subi. The Hawks defying the odds. I'd have to say, Jared, one of their finest hours. Despite all the successes of the past decade, they were written off. A lot of people wanting to slip the boot in today, and they came out and they did what they did.
Absolutely, Dennis. A bad day for interstate sides, or a bad weekend for interstate sides all round, and the Hawks triumphant. You've got to pay tribute to the club itself, Peter Knights, I thought, who was pretty well under the most severe pressure, I imagine, and the players rallied around him, and it's amazing what difference a couple of players can make. And I think St Kilda supporters can take heart. They're on the bottom of the ladder with a couple of their stars out. Perhaps their fortunes will change tomorrow. There's the match figures. Centre break's pretty even, but the Hawks having plenty of possession of the ball. And I guess in the wash-up, Mick Moldhouse can accept the loss, but you probably couldn't accept the way they lost.
That was
today.
going to be my next question. I mean, could they take anything positive from today's game? I mean, they looked insipid at times, didn't they, the West Coast Eagles?
Well, I guess that was the only thing positive about it. They didn't really have a winner on the day.
It was so
except
bad,
for
it's
Glenn
got to get better.
Jakovich.
Yeah, I guess. What about your votes in terms of the...
Well, I gave 3 to Anthony Condon. I thought he was a 4-quarter player. As I said in the call, John Platten best on the ground for mine at halftime. He got them going, along with Ben Allen, I thought, who had a pretty well a return to form. But Glenn Jakovich for the Eagles, perhaps their only winner. He stood tall at centre half back, went into the ruck and ruck roved at times. But Anthony Condon with 3 votes, I thought one of his finest games I've seen.
So the big picture, let's take a look. Wayne Carey on top. This is for the $20,000 Challenge Bank Sports World Player of the Year. He leads from Phoebe and Jakovich. Jakovich, well, he's had a pretty good week. But it stopped today in terms of the West Coast Eagles going on with another victory. They've won 3 in a row. They've got their problems tonight. That's it. We'll be back in just a moment.
Great interest in the ladder with Melbourne unbeaten at the top, but Footscray and Hawthorn the big movers today, whilst down at the bottom Richmond and St Kilda, fitting that they should clash tomorrow to complete the round. St Kilda and the Tigers at Waverley. Briefly looking ahead next week, there's a couple of real standout games. Collingwood plays Melbourne at...
Still spotted Dunstall.